What's going on, everyone? Vampyr Gaming here, and today, I'm bringing back, I did a King video a while ago, but I actually think King is poised in a unique position overall. So I think that this leader is incredibly underrated on a number of grounds, and so we'll talk about that because it's fascinating. So for those unfamiliar, so King is activate main, once per turn, Dawn -2, and then choose one if your hand is 5 or less cards, draw one card, and then you can also choose to give up one of your opponent's characters -2 cost during this turn. So essentially, once you hit 10 Dawn, you have the capacity to, 1, draw a card every single turn. So in almost in like a Shanks style, you can just draw 2, but in a Shanks style in the sense that you can play pretty slim, and then in the late game you can continually generate new cards, which I think is incredibly useful. So I'm a huge fan of that, and I think it's incredibly underrated. But then also you can, of course, give up to one of your opponent's characters -2 cost during this turn. So you can do minus and then pair that with some very powerful purple KO cards, which I think kind of fly under the radar. So there's a lot of different combos in this deck, and I will try to cover like all of them as I've kind of like played through this. I've made some tweaks, but the main reason I wanted to play this deck is because a lot of you guys are familiar with blue purple Luffy, and blue purple Luffy kind of sacks you with this card. You know, it just says KO up to one of your opponent's 5 cost or below characters, then add up to 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck as active. KO 5 cost, so it's a 5 for a 5 that ramps you. Well, check it. I can play Uda, now it's a 7. I can use Leader, now it's a 9. So it's a very strong KO event that also has a very good trigger. And so on the grounds of this and like ramping, it felt really good in late game because like this plus this KO's a 9 cost. KO's pretty much anything any leader's playing right now. The Shirahoshi for the -4 and then a God Thread will KO anything and you get to play a blocker. So I was very, very intrigued by the whole, like, by everything involved in it. I was like, wow, this is quite interesting. But then again, that ramp. And so, like, it was, the biggest thing is we're not playing Oniganshima, which I'm still torn on, but it never really felt needed. So we do play Black Maria, and so underrated play is you can play Black Maria, and then every turn, assuming your opponent is a purple deck that isn't green-purple, you can kind of like ramp up, use the ability to -2 to draw a card, and then you go like right back to where you started, which is really good. And then, of course, it pairs well with some of our other cards, but I think like the fact you can ramp up and then just start using it to draw a card is incredibly underrated. Maybe people have been doing that, but that's one of my favorite plays with this card. Playing 3 Bond Clay, I think Bond Clay is incredibly powerful right now. I want to play 4. If I was, I would probably just have to cut a Sabo, but like Sabo still feels really good, and one feels really greedy. The biggest issue here, I think, is space because there's so many good cards, or you could cut the 10 cost Kaido, but like hitting this on 4, getting that ramp, going to 5, then going to 7. There aren't any big 7 plays outside of Teach, which we'll talk about a little bit more too, but I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the Bond Clay. You, of course, you can spit out 2 of these on 8. Then if your opponent plays any big bodies, you get to hit them with a ton of aggression and a lot of aggro that they couldn't be expecting, which also puts you in a really good position. And then, of course, so this was the big card as well. So God Thread and then Sanji Pudding. We also have a leader that lets us Dawn -2. And so in the late game, we're able to use King's ability and get one back. So my favorite combo so far is if you have a Sanji Pudding, you can actually spend 2 Dawn, play an Uda, -2, use King, -2, so -2 cost. Then you use King minus those 2 tapped Dawn, and then -2 more, so you're -4, and then you're going to Sanji Pudding, get one active, which puts you at 9, and then you can slam down this Kaido. Go to 4 Dawn, and then you can crack and KO at 10 cost and hit them in the face. That's insane to me. Insane to me. So I love what Sanji Pudding does. Sanji Pudding also, once you get to late game, playing out 2 of these, just drawing 2 cards can also be impactful depending on where you're at in the game. So you can just play 2 of these, draw, and then potentially draw here as well, giving you a little bit of value plays. But again, that 5-7 stat line is also quite impressive. Everything about this card, I think, just truly belongs in this deck because we are a -2 leader. And then Sanji, so we can -2 on command. allowing us to play this. So I think you just kind of have to play this. On the surface, the deck looks like just a combination of a bunch of good cards, which it kind of is. But Sanji, on demand, you can use your king ability -2 and then play out 2 of these and something else if you need to. And we have Kaido. So this, again, you could go 4 of this, because the biggest challenge that I had, and kind of like, it was actually funny, I didn't even have this in the deck. I was like, oh, I need more KO. I need more KO. I just didn't have enough KO. And so now we have 11 KO cards, because we have the minus. We need the KO, but it's like not Lucci worthy. And so it's like, what could we play that would make sense? But this card is one of the best KOs. And again, you know, there's that combination with Sanji putting into an Uda into this, plus any established body. If you have an established Kuzan, it's KOing a 10. So you can clear anything on the board and hit your opponent for face while establishing a big threat in a big meta. So I'm a huge fan of this card. And then we have Kaido. Kaido, of course, -6. You KO all characters. He's a 10-12. I think it's a 1-of. It's not searchable, so there is the argument to cut it, but it can come up. If blue-purple just kind of gets the hit theirs and you're like behind, you can use this to kind of catch up. This is not as good without Onigashima to ramp yourself back up, so do keep that in mind. One-legged soldier, this is just another, it's a 2K, it facilitates minus. We're playing 12 2Ks. We don't have any 2Ks that you can fetch off of Rebecca, which is worth noting. You could potentially consider Tashigi, but we like being able to play this out early. Again, same thesis here. You can play 2 and then -2, go -5, Sanji pudding, get 1 back, play Kaido, KO. Things like that. So there's a lot of combos there. Or even this, 5, 6, or it's 5, and you can KO an 8, which KOs Katakuri just off of this, plus this for the same 2 Dawn. You can go -5. And we have Uta. You could play Tashigi or Suru if you really wanted to. Like, either is fine. Uta, I would love to play 4 of this Uta. Going Uta into Kuzan is just like Lucci, but again, we kind of like have our own minus. But we have some of the better purple KO cards. I have considered a build to like ramp to Tenzan, to 10 Kuzan, and maybe let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see that. But this Uda, essentially, you can turn it sideways. They can't swing it with their leader, so as long as you keep their board clear, if they don't play rushers, they cannot answer this. And so because of the level of removal we can play and the amount of minus we have built in, I think it's incredibly strong. And they have Brook's classic KO, classic minus. Huge card in the deck. You just, I mean, it speaks for itself. And then we got Kuzan. Kuzan, best card in the deck. Just because you play this on 4, you get the draw. I like going second, but again, we have a going first as well. You know, we have Black Maria into Sanji Pudding, or into God Thread, into Teach. And then you can go like minus, get 1 Dawn back, KO, like, you know, and it's really, the 2, I think, here goes a little bit farther than Lucci, and then Sanji Pudding makes it a lot less impactful. Rebecca. I put in 2 just because I feel like you kind of have to play this card. It can fetch some of the cards that you want back, plus also allow you to play defense, and it's essentially like playing 2 more Brooks. You could potentially cut down 2 Shirahoshi, play 4 Rebecca if you wanted to. I think that's also okay. Just because, like, again, we know we want these Brooks. We need these Brooks. We need the KO. We have the minus. Leaders minus. All these other cards are minus. We need the KOs. Shirahoshi, it's just a -4. Again, pairs very well with like Marshall D Teach. You can use Teach, which is essentially like a jack, but you could play this, and then again, you go -2 here. Sanji Pudding's going to give you 1 back. So you played this, you -2, you -4, you -6. Now you go -2 Dawn. You're going to ramp 1 back. You have 7. You play this, and now you're KOing a 9 cost. The math is incredibly strong, and the Sanji Pudding really kind of carries here. And then we have Sabo. I feel like we should just play 2 Sabo. Let you filter a little bit. Let you help find those cards. We don't play any searchers just because the deck doesn't have any true consistent themes that we can really play into. And so Sabo helps you stay alive, helps protect your board in certain matchups. And yeah, I think just 2 is a nice ratio. Again, if you really just want to be greedy, you could cut this, put 4 Rebecca. But Rebecca Sabo is really nice. And so Marshall D. Teach, the reason we're not playing Jack is just because this card is a value play. Nobody's playing the carrot card Electric Luna anymore. So it feels a lot safer to play Marshall D. Teach. Plus, when you KO, you can essentially add him back, allowing you to continually recycle this and have that KO, which I think is incredibly prevalent in this deck. And yeah, so if they Gamma Knife, then you're just going to have this again and again. You know, we have the Sanji Pudding or something. We can continually use some minus and then play this out. Or even, again, establish a Kuzan, still KO 5, things like that. And then God Thread. Yeah, I think, again, this was the card that really inspired the whole thing. Just because I was so upset every time I got God Threaded. And I'm like, this card's actually really strong. So maybe we should play it. I think there's also the big card that I would like to add in is like 9 Linlin. I think 9 Linlin could have a place in this deck just to get that extra heal. It could come up. And then, of course, that removal as well. Because, again, you could do Uta -2 cost, play King, or use King's ability, -2 Dawn, -2, and then Sanji Pudding. And then you could tuck away a 10 cost with Linlin. So Linlin was the first card that really, like, I feel like could belong in the deck because, again, we have that minus and you could tuck a 10 cost into life while also protecting yourself, and we have all this minus and removal. So this is like, again, another one of those removal cards. So I think there is the room for this if you can find it. But yeah, these are some like the tech options, but let's go ahead and jump into some gameplay. All right, so we do, of course, have a ranked game here. This is against Buggy, which is probably one of the worst matchups for this deck, just because we are so removal heavy. But let's see if we can go ahead and make this work. I'm going second. I have this. I could ramp up. I don't have any removal, though. We're going to go ahead and mulligan. Okay, I can live with it. I can live with this. I can live with this. Okay, I'm actually going to remove this so we can see. All right, he added Galdino. We have 2. We don't have an Udo, which would have been huge. This... If he does, depending what happens, this can just be disgusting. If he doesn't see Crowhawk, Croctua, whatever you want to call it. Let me know in the comments, what do you all call that card? But yeah, Buggy, of course, this is one of the leaders you can play against. So we will see how we do. Galdino. Okay. No Crowhawk. Big bucks. Big bucks. I don't even think this person knows what my deck does. But we're going to get to play this a turn early, which can be very nice. Very nice. And then hitting him with this, too. Ooh. Just really build threats. I don't have any counter, though, so I need to watch out if he swings. Cross guild. Okay, they're digging. They are digging. And they might find it. Again, if he hits me for a 6, I mean, I kind of just have to take. And then we're at risk of getting puddinged. That is the one thing I dislike. There might be even like the argument to play Gum Gum Rain in this deck. It's because sometimes I just get stuck like this. And it's like, oh. But like once I ramp up too, these aren't going to draw me cards. I can potentially like minus to draw a card and then use this to draw a card. So that is, of course, a line. Now we see a 2K. Very nice. What did he add? He added Kabaji. Interesting. So we're going to go ahead. We're just going to go ahead and take the ramp up. And then we're going to go 6 here. And then whatever swing they do next, we'll just counter out of. But the biggest thing is we don't really like the only target for Rebecca that we have is Sabo and Brooke. So we don't have a lot of targets. So there is the argument to not play this. And you could potentially even play something like Mansherry. Yeah, we'll go ahead and give him the Rebecca. See if he plays Croc Tua. Okay. Oh, he didn't. He didn't. Interesting. Okay. Both of these are great stat lines, sadly. This doesn't give us the cycle, so there is that argument too with Jack. Because, yeah, if we play this, it's still not enough, unfortunately. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to poke a 5 to see if they'll give us the Mihawk. They shouldn't, just because the Bond Clay can be an 8K. Oh, you know what? Bond Clay can't attack. I'm crazy. I forgot. Oh, okay. Do you have Croc Hawk? Do I take this? Yes, I think I do. Okay. If he doesn't play Crowhawk here, I can remove his whole board with these. So let's see what he does. So I go -3. I go -3, -2. KO this first. So let's see. Okay. And he's got it. So I can still remove something. So I can go -3, -2. I wish I could have played out the Sanji pudding, because then these lines are just so much stronger. I did consider a Zoro for the inherent ramp. I can also attempt to just KO this. No, I should double KO this. I double KO this, I'm in a way better spot. We're gonna go ahead. Yeah, because I mean, I do. Again, I'm just bricked up here, so it isn't great. But this is kind of like, again, like that Dawn maximizing that we can do. Gonna go ahead and go -3. Now we're gonna go ahead and go -2 here. -2. Attempt to KO. I'm gonna get a card. This is where Jack is better. And then I'm gonna swing 5. He has all the argument to block this now. I should have swung 5 first. Yeah, free block. That makes sense. Then now though, if he doesn't play out, so I can just blow the whole board. No, I can't. I don't have enough Dawn. No. Yeah, now he gets to play Embot deck, which is pretty good. I have to wait a whole turn. I might be done for. We might be done for. Oh, say it ain't so. Oh, he did have it. I thought he played the one. Tough biscuits. Yeah, I think I just lose from here. I'm too bricked up. I'll give you this. Now you turn these sideways. This one. 5. Yeah, I mean, I just had, yeah. If he turns this sideways, we're just too bricked up. Unfortunate. Okay, we're gonna go deploy this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, like so many instances where this is just like pretty decent. The fact this can't swing is incredibly unfortunate. This one, they have 3 or less. We get the block here. Because now I have like no Dawn. And I didn't get to play this either. Playing this could have been huge after removing the Crowhawk. Okay, now he sets himself up for the blocker to draw a card. That's pretty good. Just take the block. Draw a card. Yep. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I have to put pressure on life and hope that he's bricked up. But, I mean, I just, like, between these 3 attacks, I take this and I lose to a 15. If he swings this, we'll just concede go next. Save us some time. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Studio turns. I mean, even if he goes 5-6, I'm down to 1. He's got a blocker. I can't swing 2. Yeah, we just lose. I'll save you guys the time. Like, because of this, I just don't have enough attacks. So we'll go one more. Unfortunately, they got their curve because I just never. It's funny because I never win dice rolls on the sim either. So I just lose those. Okay, this is good. This is good. I think this will really let us shine. Okay. Okay, we keep that. We have 2 and 4. Look, this is ideal setup. This right here, ideal setup. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is how it feels to chew 5 gum. Oh yeah. 5. I'm gonna take. That's slightly greedy. I don't have a KO card though. Oh. Yeah, that's fine. We'll draw here. I could actually swing this Ude here, because he just... Unless he plays Rush Luffy, which is, like, whatever, I guess. Just hate on me. Oh, well, I guess this is just forcing another 1k. Okay. So then I'll put my leader, like, it's essentially the same thing. Because he just can't swing into this. Okay, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. We have a minus card now. We've got 2 of the best. Okay. Yeah. Oh, he gets to add 2. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He can't hurt me. Okay, I'm going to give him, I think, the Sanji. We can't remove this yet, which is unfortunate. And now he gets to play that. Also unfortunate. So I'm actually going to start drawing cards. Because I have the Sanji pudding. Draw 1 card, gain 1 active Dawn. I think that makes sense here just to get that extra card. And because this curve is fine. And then I think I'm going to... I have counter. He's got this. If I get to go... I can play out the Toy Soldier if I want to. It's very low on hand. I can go 5. Out the Toy Soldier. Do I need it? No, because I'm just going to KO this with him. I think there's the argument. Maybe I hit him with all 5s. No, that's silly. We're just going to go 7 here. We'll pass. Because we're going to have minus. Again, like, we're just going to KO this, and then we're going to be able to use this on the follow-up. We'll give them a 2 and a 1. That's fine. Okie dokie. That's really good. Being a 4-life leader is incredibly tough against this. So I want to be able to use that draw 1. Is the argument to God thread next turn? It's like they hit us again. Like you kind of see, we kind of play really slim, which is why like these value plays, which is why like a Sanji pudding, they're at 7. We go 7. If we were to play a Sanji pudding, get the draw. Yeah, he's gonna tank that. Which is kind of what we wanted anyways. Okay, we have Kaido, which is pretty nice. So we're going to go ahead, play out this. We're going to use this. Action, -2, draw 1, gain 1. So we're going back to 8. And then we can, at 8, we can play this and play this, which is also incredibly relevant. So we're going to go... KO there. We're going to poke 6 at life. Then we're going to swing 7 at life. We're going to pass. Yours. Yeah, so we don't have any counter, though. Again, slight problem. Being able to redraw those cards, though, like, it really gets you a feel for it. And I think that... Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's pretty busted. Oh, jeez. Freedon, yeah. Are you gonna go all in here? No? So what I mean, I have to take it, unfortunately, and I don't even get the draw. Like, that's why that is the argument for... Okay, we're gonna go... I wish I had a minus card. If I could make this within 3 range. I'll go 5 into 4. See, again, really powerful here. It might just be Ogre for us, depending. We're gonna go gain 1 active, done. And then go ahead and play this. Okay, we got a little bit of counter. But again, not like what we want to see. But we can still go here, draw 1. So you kind of like fill up again, like very, very useful overall. I imagine they have the helicopter. Something like that. Yeah. But you can like see the vision, right? Like every turn I can kind of like draw an extra card, which gives you just a little bit more in terms of like value plays. I think it's also funny enough, just because of Tashigi is not a great matchup. So we played two decks that can kind of like stop you from doing stuff. Yeah, okay. If they swing anything more than 9, I just lose, sadly. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 11. I mean, I could pull a 2K out of life. No, actually, I can't. Because, like, I mean, they just have lethal. Because they get 2 Dawn back. Yeah, we just don't make it, unfortunately. Oh, they went 9. Oh, they have Hody. They're going to Hody me. 2, 2, 1. Seven, 8, 9, 7, 8. It's too good. Oh. Interesting. Huh. Okay. We get that a card back. Should we add back Rebecca? Does Rebecca keep us in the game, maybe? Do I have any more removal? Huh. That's interesting, because I can KO this. But then he still has this. Do I just add back a 2K? The play might be just add back a 2K. Because, I mean, my best lethal is going to be 9, 11. What do I want? I'll add back to Rebecca. Rebecca might keep me alive. Okay. Because then I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. To feel it, because he doesn't have any Dawn up. Doesn't have any Dawn up, so we can go 9. Oh, it's 9, 10. I don't like. I like that a lot less. Oh, that was so good. If I just play 2 blockers, I think I just don't lose. Yeah. Let's see if he's got it. He probably does. Yeah, they always have it. Yeah, we lost both, unfortunately. Unfortunately. But that's the list. Again, I think there's the argument for this to be Jack. Like, post thoughts. I think just because the cycle factor. And then I think there's the potential that you can play, like, Gum, Rain. I think there's the argument to play this, too. I think in both instances, like, the second curve's solid, but, like, we just didn't get to gain any steam, and we had to play against, again, like, if your opponent can prevent you from not removing something, it's a pretty unfortunate, right? Because then we have to go after the others, because they have Tashigi, and they just happen to just bet that we would play removal, right? So, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you all in the next one.